Hi Gemini, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your annual forecast for 2016. Geminians, it's quite a interesting and an exciting year for you. We have Uranus that is there in your house of groups of activities. It's there in your circle of friends, and it is also there in long distance of travel. And this aspect of Uranus being there in this part of your chart has been there for the last couple of years, and it carries on being there till about 2019. Now Uranus is a teen planet and he's a wild boy of astrology, so there is a lot of unpredictability that comes with Uranus. There is a lot of restlessness that is there, some amount of recklessness is there, and of course a lot of impetuousness and wanting to do things your way and generally create chaos. Now Uranus being over there in this part of your chart, which has to do with your friendships, could have made you maybe attracted to people who are really different from you, are really eccentric, are from really they're not in the conventional norm. And it can also be that your own friend circle could have changed drastically in the last couple of years, and it will carry on being so till about 2019. And you could be attracted to during this phase to people who are really original, who are inventive and are quite unique. And you yourself are going to be requiring a lot of freedom in your friendships, Gemini. It's while you will embrace everybody for who they are, you're not wanting to sort of put them in a box, and you would want the same from them. There's just this sense of letting people be and wanting to be in the same time. And you also could be viewing the future very differently in your dreams as to what is it that you want out of life, and you could become a tad idealistic. There could be this sense of perfection that you would feel that, oh, by now I should be living this life, I should be having that in life, and I could be I should be driving a certain car, I should be living in a certain house, these are the holidays that we should be taking as a family. All that would be sort of is something that could be happening to you, and this is something that you could be feeling quite strongly about. And this is also during this Uranus phase also, you could be wanting that, or there could be this sense of wanting a life that is anything but boring, anything but monotonous. So you could be feeling that and you could be aspiring for such that, oh, I can't be leading the same normal boring life, or oh, I can't be doing that, so I need to be doing something different, I need to be doing something unusual, or I'm different from others, or I so say for example, if there's a family business that is there, you may choose to, or you could have chosen to go out and do your own maybe work for start off either your own business or work at a corporate, and it could be doing your own thing your own way with the rest of the people who think like you, are not very similar to the conditioning that you have grown up with. So these are the kind of things that you could be really be attracted to. Now Saturn is there for the next 2 years. It's there till about 2017, and it's there in your house of partnership, it's there in your house of marriage. And when Saturn transits this house, you can experience certain issues in your existing relationships, and not really in the bad sense, because Saturn is the teacher planet. He's just coming there anytime a particular house gets lighted. When Saturn gets active, is just an indication that we've been neglecting that part of our life for the longest of time. And for you this time, it's your partnership, it's your marriage, it can be your business partnership as well. So a lot of focus is there on relationships, and how it is that you it's not that the relationships may come to a literal end, though some of them may, wherein that things have been tough and you've been trying to make things work and it's not been working. So it could be that those lessons are very hard and you're not up to taking those lessons in life, and you feel there's just too much of hard work and I can't be going through this. In that case, the relationship, the partnership or the marriage can dissolve. And in certain relationships, that it is that you will have more clarity as to what is it that you want from someone in the relationship or in the partnership, and how much is it that you're willing to work, how much of an effort are you willing to work. And you may experience certain blocks as a Saturn bit, and even when Saturn gets active, it's not that all of a sudden things will just start getting very difficult. It will also take its a month or two to really get into place, and before it really starts being effective. And it's a time wherein that you are going to be very cautious as to who it is that you commit to. So you're going to be looking at relationships very seriously. You're going to be very careful about who it is that commits to you, to whom it is that you commit. So there's going to be a lot of evaluation that will get done. You're not going to be very reckless about this, and it's just makes you very responsible for your relationships, Geminis, which I think is a very beautiful thing. You're not going to be very careless about it and say, I no longer care about the consequences, or I'm going to do however I feel. The problem that can that can arise is that if you refuse to sort of do anything about it, if you refuse to make an effort. And Saturn is all about effort. Saturn is the worker. He is the teacher. He wants you to do something about it. So there can be a problem if you refuse to work hard at your business partnerships, if you refuse to make them better, or even in your personal relationships, if you refuse to sort of do anything about the current situation. And so instead of the relationship strengthening, it can just dissolve on its own, because no one is really interested about doing much about it. It's also a time that you will have fewer relationships, and these next 2 years you're going to be very cautious about the sifting process. Is going to be quite stringent, and you're going to be very careful about whom it is that you deal with, whom it is that you who's there with whom you partner, or with whom it is that you're in a relationship. And whoever it is, with whom you form a relationship or a partnership, it gets looked at with a lot of responsibility. So the entire learning about the Saturn transit for the next 2 years is responsibility, is the word. Looking at your relationships and making an effort to make them better if they've not been working better, rather than just sitting over there and just thinking, oh God, it's just too much for me to be handling, and I can't be doing anything about it. And Jupiter is there in your house of Cancer. It's there in your home place, and it's there till about the first 9 months. Till about September 9th, it's there in your house of home. That's your house of Cancer. That's a place with whom you share your place. It's a place that you live. And with this, when Jupiter coming over there, it can just sort of expand everything around it. It can be that you are either wanting to renovate your house, or expand it, or add another wing on to your house. Or it can also be that you would want more freedom at home, and you might feel a need for a bigger place, and you could find the current place quite small. And some of you can buy a new place, or maybe a larger place, or you can begin investing in real estate around this time. And you are also going to be enjoying your time that is spent at home now more than earlier that you did. And it can also be a new family member comes. Maybe you're going to be having guests more in the first 9 months, who are going to be coming and visiting you more. And it's a great time in any case during the Jupiter transit that is there in the first 9 months, for you to be strengthening your bonds with your own family, with whether it's your children, with your spouse. That is going to be helping. And because this also rules your mother, it can be that your relationship sort of just gets more expanded, as far as you may feel that you're doing the role of your mother as well. And it's a very it's a very nice time, because you're going to be feeling really in control. You're going to be feeling as if you are the one who's in charge of the family, and you are you are the one sort of the person to whom people really bank upon in family. So if something that goes wrong, you'll find that people are turning to you in the family, the way that maybe earlier they turned to your mom. And after from 10th of September till about October 2017, Jupiter moves into your house of creativity, children, love, and romance, and that's a beautiful aspect. And over here, it's just that you're going to be wanting to have a good time, Geminians. It's just a time to be putting up your feet, having a lot of fun, maybe getting in touch with your own inner child. It's a great time for children as well. Maybe you'll hear some good news about your children, or if you have been trying to sort of get your child into a college or a course, there will be a lot of opportunities. Maybe you could be just spoiled for a choice around this time. And for those of you who are creative, who are in the space of maybe you're a theater writer, actors, musicians, it's a brilliant time. You will just find your creativity just expand. Maybe there are more places that you can play at. There are more places or even more people who are happy to watch your art or are appreciative of your work. So this entire time is a very supportive time. This entire Jupiter energy over here is really going to be extremely supportive. The only thing is that you can be prone to gambling around this time. This is from 10th of September to October 2017, and you may just feel quite risky because you'll feel, oh, I'm so lucky, let me try and push my luck. And this can also be investing into something which is quite risky as well. So try and be a little careful over here. And you can be more sociable, and if you're single, it's a great time to be meeting new romantic partners, and you could fall in love during this transit as well, Geminians. But if they are, say for example, if there aren't too many grounding aspects around you during this time, depending on your natal chart, it can be some of you could be really dating a lot during this phase of it is for those of you who are attached and who are in committed relationships, you'll just find more romance and more fun times in your relationship. It's just sort of rekindling of your relationship, and it's also a good time to be getting pregnant. And for those of you who've been trying to have a baby, this seems to be quite a lovely time. And if you have kids, of course, it's a great time. They are going to be bringing a lot of happiness to you. Now on March 9th, there's a solar eclipse in Pisces, and this is happening in your house of career. And it's quite beautiful because this is all about, this house is all about your career, your reputation, how it is that you perceive yourself, how it is that you want the world to perceive you. It's a house of accolades, the house of recognition, where your work is concerned. So solar eclipse is all a new moon energy. It's something new. That means there can be a new job which is like really nice, or it can be that you get a new portfolio that gets added onto your work, and you are going to be really looked upon as this person who's doing really well and is admired a lot, and there's a your portfolio gets expanded. So, and for some of you it can be a new job as well. There can be some really nice interesting new opportunity, and you go and you join this place. The only issue is that this is joining Neptune over there, and Neptune is there for the next couple of years. It's there for the next 7 years as well in your house of career and reputation. And Neptune brings about a lot of haziness with it, because Neptune is very it's not concrete, it does not have structure, so it can make you look at things the way that they are not. And if it has to do at your workplace, so while the accolades and everything is there, there can be a sense of unreality as well around it. Maybe things either could feel that they are too good to be true. It can also be that you are maybe romanticizing your job too much. It can be that you really, the work is not as great or not as charming or well paying or whatever it may be, but you've really made it out to be this grand thing in your mind, and you feel, oh, it's the biggest, best thing that has sort of ever happened to you. And it's a time, in any case, it's a time of accolades for you. So it can be that there's something, a new project gets done, maybe you do something new, maybe there's a new boss at work and who's appreciative of your work, and you are going to be having the energy to be picking up more work and expanding your career. And important thing over here is to stay focused, and to keep track as best as you can, because with Neptune being over there, you can get quite sidetracked, you can feel quite hazy, and you know, there can be a constant clarity that you can be seeking as well, as far as your work is concerned. On March 23rd, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra, and this is happening in your house of pleasure, in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. And this is quite an intense energy, because this is lunar eclipse is the full moon energy, where you know something is coming to fruition, it's coming to culmination, a project is ending. And because this has to do with your love, it can be that a love affair is coming to an end, or it is in cases where it has been going on really well, maybe it's reaching its culmination, maybe you're about to get engaged or about to get married. And it can also be that you can find the relationship getting more heightened, and further deepening of it. And this also is a time where you're not really going to be too keen to be left by yourself, Gemini. So it can be some of you who break up suddenly, that you may just get in for a rebound, a rebound relationship, just to sort of not be alone. So watch out for that. And you are of course in a place wherein that you're feeling very enthusiastic and passionate with, of course, the house of Venus lit up. You're going to be in a total space of lot of fun and romance, and spending time with children. So work could be at a back burner for most of you. It's March is a time where you're just going to be wanting to get out and party more. So don't sort of commit yourself to big projects around in March. Otherwise you're just going to be tearing your hair out trying to meet the deadline. And it's in any case a good time to be letting your inner child out and be more carefree. Now Mars is going retrograde from April 18th to June 30th, and Mars goes retrograde every couple of years for approximately 80 days. And this is going to be the first phase of it, that is around the April 18th. It's the retrograde is going to be happening in your 7th house, and then it is moving around the June. It will move on to your house of day-to-day chores and your health. And it's generally, now the thing about Mars is that it's generally not a time to be starting anything new with a Mars retrograde. And because this is speaking about your relationship, your marriage, so it's not a great time to be committing yourself to a partnership, or getting into a new partnership, or signing somebody on around this time. And it's also not a great time to be starting a new health regime, something that really pay a huge amount and go and be there somewhere. It's not a great time to be doing that. Avoid surgeries, because Mars rules surgery. So it's not, of course, for some of you who have to go in for surgery, please do so. But otherwise it's advised that to try and avoid this time between April and June to go in for a surgery. And don't start a divorce, definitely not during this time. And anything that has to do, and also don't invest in anything mechanical, that again is covered under Mars. But anything that has to be relooked at, revised, refined, retweaked and researched, it's a great time for that, to do all of that work over here. And look at your house of day-to-day chores and your health, how it is that you're spending your time, how it is that you take your health. Are you doing something about it? Do you spend your time productively? So all of these things are going to be coming up for examination. So just examine them, research and do that. Do not take an action and don't start anything new, Geminians, around this time. August is perfectly safe for you to be moving ahead. In May and October, we have a square between Saturn and Neptune, and they don't really like each other, because Saturn is all about structure and effort, and Neptune is hazy, he just likes to float. And this is happening, Saturn of course is there in your the square is happening in your house of career and reputation, and it can be that you could start feeling a slight discontentment at your workplace, that you could want more clarity, or Saturn could be pushing you more. You could be sort of be working more hard, and with the Neptune's haziness, it can just be that you'll feel that you're going round and round in the circles, and there's not much clarity that is coming to you. And it can be also during this time that you have the person you work with is quite harsh, the boss, or is quite a tyrant, and it can just be that you're working too hard at work, at your office. It's just too much of work to be dealing with. And towards the end of the transit, you may feel yourself breaking free of your work and moving on to something to which you feel a real commitment. And of course, this also depends as to how really how your planets are placed in your chart. So this is more on a broader bit of it. And Neptune, of course, is and there sitting in your house of partnerships and relationships. And so there's going to be a lot of clarity, or a lack of clarity as far as boundaries are concerned with your in your partnerships. And it's just that you are going to be finding the communication very foggy, and you're going to be feeling that the expectations are quite distorted around this time. And it can be that there is one person who's really working hard, and one person who's just sort of sitting and doing not much about it. And it's really this aspect speaks about a lot of empathy in relationships as well, that you will be empathizing, or you will be having people who will empathize with you, or you could even be coming across with people, or with partners who are really compassionate and who are really kind. However, with the square, things are not really in harmony, Geminians. They just seem out of balance. So it can be a dissolving of a relationship or of a partnership as well. So don't push. With Neptune being over there, please understand you can't do much. Neptune is like this floaty, airy, gaseous thing. You can't do much. And the challenge or the lesson over here for you is going to be to go with the flow, to just adapt and accept the change as it comes, and don't get too worked up about the lack of structure that it may be giving, or the concrete answers that you may not be receiving during this time. In June and July, we have a fabulous trine, and this is, in fact, during this aspect, we have a lot of people making potloads of money, and there's a good news which has to do with your work. There's some great fortune over here, and for those of you who are seeking funding, it's a great time. I think you will get a positive response. You can find somebody really nice to invest into your startup, and whether it has to do with, and especially areas like entertainment, business, media, marketing, is this aspect is really favorable. It can also be that for some of you, you meet somebody really exciting and nice from overseas, and there's a deep connect with this person. Overall, this trine is fantastic for health and healing as well. So for those of you who have been wanting to do alternate healing for yourself, it's a great time to be exploring that. Towards the end of the year, that is December, we have a glorious trine between Uranus and Saturn, and it is again focused on your relationship. So there can be something quite something good, some good news that comes quite suddenly as far as your relationships are concerned. It can be that all of a sudden you come to know something about a partnership, or something may just dissolve suddenly, and something may just materialize quite suddenly for you this year. So it can be something that you've not planned for at all, but it's something nice, it's something pleasant, and a lot of focus on financial growth and spiritual growth as well. So you're just going to be feeling the sense of expanding yourself, your life, and reaching out to a larger groups of people, rather than networking amongst smaller groups of people. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Gemini. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.